to the entirety of Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. I'm very excited for this one because I've heard like 2 or 3 Kendrick Lamar songs, like intentionally at least, on my channel and in general, so I don't know much about him, but I know that he's like considered one of, if not the greatest, I think, like current, like contemporary, like top tier rapper. So I'm really excited to see what he's got in offer. I only think I know Mad City out of this album, but I don't know. I looked at the titles of the songs and nothing really stood out to me. So I think we should just get started. And as per the last video I did like this, we have lyrics to follow along to. So I'll try and do my best to both listen to the lyrics and the production. Not gonna lie, it's a little difficult for me, but let's see how this goes, shall we? Let's go with Shireen, aka Master Splinter's daughter. So, Ninja Turtles?
Lord God, I come to you a sinner, and I humbly repent for my sins. I believe that Jesus is Lord. I believe
Okay.
He raised Him from the dead. I ask that Jesus
So we
come
have
into my
this,
life
like...
and be my Lord and Savior. I receive Jesus to take control of my life, and that I may live for Him.
So we have this, like, it's not reverb or delay, but we have this, like, overlaying effect of different people saying this prayer, I'm assuming it is. That makes it sound a little bit creepy, almost.
Jesus to take control of my life,
And then
and that I may live for
we
Him.
lead into
Thank you, Lord Jesus, for saving me with your
a
precious
slightly
blood.
off-putting synth.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Okay. And we're adding in some, like, voices. Ooh, and a plugged bass. That definitely sounds like a real bass to me. Or at the very least a plug-in that sounds very authentic. Oh, and then we just break completely with everything.
M.a.a.d this house party on El Segundo in Central. She had the credentials.
Okay.
Strippers in Atlanta. Ass came with a hump
Wow.
from the jump. She was a camel. I wanna ride like Arabians, pushing no for Mercedes Benz.
So this is really cool. Like, we have this introduction and it breaks for almost a little bit too long here. Like, it sounds a little almost unintentional. Like, I don't think it is, but it sounds almost like unintentionally, like a little sloppy. It isn't, but that's what it sounds like. And we go straight into the like the rap with the same beat, but with the addition of this 8-bit sounding
M.a.a.d this house party on El Segundo in Central. She had the credentials.
thing on top.
Strippers in
That's
Atlanta.
cool.
Ass came with a hump from the jump. She was a camel. I wanna ride like Arabians, pushing no for Mercedes Benz. Hello, my name is Kendrick. She said, no, you're handsome. Whispered in my
It
ear,
almost like-
disappeared, then found her dancing. Sierra had played in the back.
It also almost sounds like this is being recorded like outside.
Now, cool. Where you stay? She said down the street from Dominguez High. Okay, I know that's borderline Compton or Paramount. Well, is it Compton? No, she replied. They quickly start batting her eyes. I strictly had one of her thighs around me.
It really sounds like yeah, like the way his voice is recorded. I mean, it obviously isn't, right? But it sounds like you just met him at like a street corner and he's talking. Like, it almost sounds like slightly windy, which is a really cool effect.
With nothing but pussy stuck on my mental. My motive was rather sinful. What you trying to get into? She didn't tell, just gave me her next tale. Dropped the number, we chirped
Okay.
the whole summer, and well, the summer had passed, and now I'm liking her. Conversation we having
Very
enticing her. Who can imagine
underplayed.
maybe my actions will end up wifing her. Love or lust, regardless what fuck us to trifling us. It's deep rooted, the music of being young and dumb. It's never
And then we're adding in like this short descending piano here that just goes ding, ding, ding over top. I think this is the first time we've heard it here.
It's deep rooted, the music of being young and dumb. It's never muted, in fact, it's much louder where I'm from. We know a lot about each other. Her
Adding a
mother
little
was
bit more.
crack addict. She lived with her granny and her younger 2 brothers. Her favorite cousin Demetrius is a reputable. Family history of game banging did make me skeptical, but not enough to stop me from getting a nut. I wanna come
Okay.
over, what's up? That's what I told her soon as this episode. Martin go off from trying to
Very
get off. I wasn't heat like a cactus. My
personal
cactus up being
sounding,
thirsty
right?
probably could hurt me, but fuck it, I got some heart. Grandma, mama, keep
It's very like, so far this song is very like it just feels like someone telling a story, like, which, I mean, I say just as if that's a bad thing. That's definitely not the intention. It just, that is what it sounds like. It sounds less like a song in the sense that what I'm used to, and more like a spoken word type of thing, like laid over a beat, which is cool. That's also somewhat similar to some stuff that Kanye has done. But like the way that he does it, it's also so clearly rhythmical, and there's such a clear intent in the way that he speaks or raps over this. It's very like weird. I haven't heard anything like this before, but I like it. It's really cool. It's definitely like something I'd love to hear more of, and yeah, it just sounds unique. Especially also because he's so like building a bit more.
At least I hope, cause my pocket's broke as I promise, man. I'm thinking about that sex. Thinking about her thighs, or maybe kissing on her neck, or maybe what position's next. Sent a picture of her titties blowing up my text. I looked at them and almost ran my front bumper into Corvette. Enthused by the touch of a woman, she's a masseuse, and I'm a professional porn star. Went off the goose. I had a fifth in the trunk like Curtis Jackson for ransom. I'm hoping to get her loose like an Uncle Luke anthem. I'm too.
Yeah, this very, very much just feels so incredibly personal, and I can't really think of a better word for it than that. Like it feels like a slice of life almost, right? For this at this point in time, 17-year-old kid, right? Who's like, I don't know if it's his first experience like with like sexual intercourse or like flirting and dating and stuff, but it definitely sounds like a first experience maybe. But there's something about this that's making me a little uncomfortable, and I can't figure out what it is. There's something about the phrasing and the beat, obviously, that's making me feel like something is not exactly as it seems. Like something's off, and I don't know what it is. And it's not that I'm put off by like sexual like topics and stuff. That's fine. Studying psychology, and I've listened to enough metal and been in enough festivals to not be particularly squeamish around those topics. It's just there's something about the way that it's phrased that makes me feel like something's about to go bad for 17-year-old Kendrick here, and it's interesting, definitely.
I had a fifth in the trunk like Curtis Jackson for ransom. I'm hoping to get her loose like an Uncle Luke anthem. I'm 2 blocks away, 250 feet.
Like it's just he's creeping up. It almost, yeah, this is what it feels like. So if anyone here has watched the horror movie Get Out, there is this really cool scene before, it's been so long since I've watched it, but before the main character goes into the house with the family that he's visiting, and the entire scene is shot super far away. So it feels really cool because it just makes you feel uncomfortable because it's just a normal interaction. Like it's just him meeting his like parents-in-law and stuff, but there's just something so off-putting about it. It's a similar thing here. Like it's too specific almost. Like, why do we need to know that he's 250 feet away, like 2 blocks away? Why is that important? There's just something really cool and off-putting about that. Because I love shit like that. I love I love when artists can do stuff like that. Wow.
I pulled up, a smile on my face, and then I see 2 niggas, 2 black hoodies. I froze as my phone rang.
I told you.
Please leave your message for 32.
Something's off.
Record your message after the tone.
Kendrick, where you at? Damn, I'm sitting here waiting.
Is this his mom?
You told me you was gonna be back in 15 minutes. I gotta go to the county building, man. These kids ready to eat. I'm ready to eat. Shit, I gotta get them food stamps. Come on now. You on your...
It's also like, I don't know Kendrick's story, but just like lyrically having this phone call with, I'm assuming it's his mom or aunt or something, and like we just get told immediately that they need food stamps. Like, so we know that this is a story from poverty, right? It's cool, man. I don't know why, but this is just so enticing. Like, I can't remember the last time the first song off of an album has gotten me that like interested. It's like a fucking storytelling,
Come on now.
like an
You on your
offer.
way or what? I hope you ain't out there messing with them damn hood rats out there, shit. Especially that crazy ass girl Shireen. And plus you got school tomorrow.
Yeah, he was like
Walking around
a kid
in
at
the
this
streets, you ain't gonna pass to the next grade.
at this age.
11th grade. The daddy calling about some damn
Yeah, this
dominoes.
is parents.
He wanna holler at you too. Go ahead, Kenny. Go on. Shit.
Hello? Yeah, where my motherfucking dominoes at?
Kenny,
What?
I'm on his voicemail. Damn fool.
Oh.
Shit.
Gang, where my motherfucking dominoes at? It's the second time I asked you
Wow.
to bring my fucking dominoes.
Give me the damn phone. Shit, don't hang up. Damn, let me see. Kendrick, when you get this message.
It's so. I'm just so zoned in here. Jesus, sorry for not saying too much.
About some damn dominoes. It ain't all that serious. Oh, damn dominoes. Shit, I'm gonna miss my damn appointment. Fuck. Fuck some damn dominoes. Nobody wanna hear that.
Nobody want to hear your ass. Matter of fact, cut my motherfucking oldies back on. You killing my motherfucking vibe.
Okay, so I feel like this is very much a matter of like, depending on how this song plays out, that might change how I feel about the last song, because that gave me like chills. Because I don't know what it is Kendrick did. I'm assuming it's because it's so specific the way that he described everything. That put me on the edge of my seat, man. That was like watching like a really, like that was like reading a really scary chapter from a book, or like watching a really like intense, like edge of your seat action movie or something, or like thriller, I guess. Because you're just sitting there going like, wait, what's gonna happen? Something's off. Like, he's being too specific. Why do we need to know all this? And then he doesn't meet Shireen. He meets like two dudes who, I don't know if they're gonna mess him up or whatever. It's just like, I want to know, man. Is Kendrick gonna be okay? I mean, obviously he's alive, but I want to know what happened there. Yeah, so that's at least an A. At the very least an A. Might bump it up to an S, even depending on how well this plays out. As the intro to an album, I have not heard many things on that level. That was yes. As an intro to an album, I don't remember being this hooked with anything else we've covered on this channel. Let's fucking go. We're giving it an S. This one's called Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. Good guitar right off the bat. Started off just a struck chord. And what sounds like just a quick lick that's played while rotating up and down on the volume knob, because that tends to give this like swelling effect. And a plucked bass. And some other elements as well.
I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me.
I think that's also Kendrick singing here.
Forgive me. Things I don't understand. Sometimes I need to be alone.
Yeah.
Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my drink, I got my music, I will share it. But today I'm yelling, bitch, don't kill my vibe.
Okay.
Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
So we're going.
Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Look,
So we're going from that like super scary song into this. I mean, sure. I mean, it's probably good. It's just that's like a cliffhanger. I don't think this is gonna tell us what happened to Kendrick.
You can find gold and maybe get rich. Look inside of your soul and you can find out it never exists. I can feel the changes. I can feel a new life. I always knew life can be dangerous. I can say that I like a challenge and you to me is painless.
I like the sound of the kick drum here. I usually when I write music myself, I try to make kick drum sounds as big and like intense as possible usually, but that's also because I write metal, right? And in metal music, that's typically what you want. You want that like thunder, you want that like gunshot effect. Whereas this, I've said it a few times before with a few other songs that have done a similar thing. This feels like you've almost ripped the skin out of like the front end of the kick drum, so you just get that like, initial like hit to it. Try and listen here. But that works because it's very understated, but still gives rhythm, right? Which allows Kendrick to take center stage. Oh! That is almost similar to Suicide Boys in the way they rap. Have they taken this from Kendrick? Or is it just somewhere else? When did that shit originate? I guess. But like the different layers as well. Wow. You can see that my city found me, then put me on stages. To me, that's amazing. To you, And then this is the hook. I'm a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Okay. Cool. Definitely interesting. But
Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my drink, I got
okay.
my music. I will share it, but today I'm yelling, bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
So if we're talking story and we're thinking about what happened in the last song with him meeting these dudes and his mom and dad calling him to come home, right? Is he talking about his mom here? Maybe like I don't know if he said any. He said like the type of trouble of home, right? But like if we just imagine like from like a structural perspective, like the story, is this maybe like a few days after what just happened, and he's like coping by being stuck in his room, drinking and listening to music and vibing? Because that, I don't know, to me that feels very much like something a 17-year-old would do, which would make sense, right? Trying to keep the negative emotions at bay. Yeah, I don't know. Am I onto something there? I like the beat as well. It's very understated, but also has cool stuff. Like for instance here, just listen to. I think it was during you're trying to keep it deprived. So like what you're hearing, like the hi-hat is like kicking up a little bit, and then it peaks in this like sound, and then it goes straight back down again. Almost feels like waves, like wavy. It's cool. Damn. The feeling of feeling emotions inferior. That's impressive the way he rapped that. To me. And we have the oh, we're getting strings. But then the way that he like adds more like tension to it as well is that he adds several voices on top of it. It's cool. Then, there's something very, very subtle in the background that I can't quite make out what is. Because we got the strings here, and a little bit of guitar in the right here, the rap obviously, drums, but then there's like this tiny hint of something in the background that almost sounds like a female voice that's been sung very, 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 very low in the mix, but I don't know if it's actually there. I think it might be just me like hearing like the mixture of the guitar going do 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 mixed with the other like background instruments, but it's cool. It's a really cool effect. Damn. Like again, also just this I'm a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. That sounds very like teenage-esque, I guess, but that makes sense because that's the story we were hearing before, at least. I think it's also just Alright, so I think one of the reasons that I'm at least defaulting to assuming this is like a teenage story is because, so I'm 25, I'm turning 26 somewhat soon, right? So I'm an adult. I've been an adult for quite a while. I've lived out for like 7 years, 6 years, and I'm finishing my degree. My girlfriend and I are moving in together soon. In every way of the word, I'm very much an adult. I pay taxes. But I'm still fairly close to like being a teen, like close to being out of being a teenager, and in many older people's eyes, I'm probably still a kid, which is fair. I'm probably gonna feel the same when I'm their age, right? But I also I have my niece is 16, and I love her very dearly, and like I love all the kids in my family very dearly, as a matter of fact. But like I just speaking with her a lot recently, and like hearing her talk about some of her experiences. We had a really good talk a few years ago that I still think about fairly often. it just, I guess it kind of predispositions me to like being more like likely to assume that this is a story about a teenager because to be quite frank, like that's the type of stuff that she would do, and this is the type of stuff I would do when I was that age, if I had a important distinct like detail here, much less scary like encounter than what Kendrick seems to have had here, right? So it's just, yeah, I don't even know what it is he does, man. It's just, I feel like on paper I shouldn't be that into this song because like the beat hasn't really done all that much, but it might be the fact that I'm paying attention to the lyrics. And now it's a woman. I think there was a woman earlier then. Wow. Yeah, I don't know why I like this song as much as I do, but I really do. This is fantastic. The strings and the piano. Yeah. Whoever... Wow. We go to some... Ooh. Some trills on the piano. Or, I mean, I guess it's on the strings. Wow. This is seriously... Yeah. An A, I think I'd give it. Because I don't feel like I should like it as much as I do, but this is really good. This is great. Wow. That's like reinvigorating to listen to almost. Alright. A. We're going backseat freestyle. Is this actually going to be a freestyle? I've never understood how people do that. Like, I can improvise on guitar, right? Fairly decently, I'd say. I might do a video on that at some point if you all want to see or listen to that. Actually, I already have, like, in one video I did, like, 2 years ago, but that wasn't all that great. I can improvise on guitar. I understand how to do improv. I also, like, I've played, like, tabletop RPGs for, like, the better part of a decade now. Or like 9 years, 8 or 9 years. So I understand how improv works, but freestyle just seems like a different fucking level because you have to be able to like come up with like hopefully good and meaningful rhymes on the fly. That sounds insane. Like, I don't understand how people do that. All right. Very metallic beat.
Martin had a dream. Kendrick have a dream.
We were talking about Martin Luther, I'm assuming? Like Martin Luther King, because he had a dream and now Kendrick has a dream.
All my life I want money and power, respect my mind, or die from last child. I pray.
So the beat here so far is very, very metallic in its sound, both because we've got this what sounds like almost clanking of chains over it, but also just because the other backbone of the beat is just like a bass. That would be unhealthy, my friend. Whoa. Kendrick feels like he's on a different level. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Like, from the other rappers I've heard so far, and don't get me wrong, I really like a lot of them. I like Kanye, I like Eminem, I like fucking like Suicide Boys and stuff. But just so far, this feels like it's on a different fucking level, dude. It's almost like Tupac-esque, I guess, in the way that he's rapping, in the way that he's dancing across the like the line. I can definitely. Yeah. I can definitely see how this song is like maybe more of a I don't know if it's a club song, but this feels like something you'd like listen to while driving with your friends. Like if you're like really excited about going somewhere or something, right? Like this feels like a song to drive to, I guess.
a stretcher, and her body got that ass that a ruler couldn't measure. And it make me come fast, but I never get embarrassed. And I recognize you have what I've been wanting since that record that Adina Howard had. Pop it fast to impress her. She rolling, I'm holding my scrotum, imposing. This voice here is golden, so fuck y'all, I goes in. And all my life I
Wow.
want money and power, respect my mind or die from less, y'all.
I guess it's also just like it's a mixture of the rhythm and the melody here, right? Like it's just not just all my life I want money and power in the rhythm. It's all my life I want money and power. It's like I think at least that's what the way he says it, right? Double check. Yeah, it's all my life I want money and power. And power goes up on it very quickly. So it's not just a rhythm, it's also the melody that he's kind of implying while rapping, which is super cool. Wow. All right. Brother, you're about to go into like borderline growling? Alright, we're adding some rasp now. And it sounds like there's something happening in the beat here. I haven't really spoken a whole lot about it so far because it is very much just like, it feels like very like driving almost, it's like the driving force that but that's the thing, it's not even a driving force because his rap is clearly like what everything that drives this song forward, right? And the beat is being dragged behind it, but it is very much keeping up, if that makes sense.
It's go time. I roll in dough with a good grind and I run that hoe with a bouton. That's a relay race with a bouquet. They say K, you gon' marry mines. Biatch, no way. Biatch, no way. Biatch, no way. Biatch. Okay, I'm now for living life confined. It's a failure, even if I'm blind. I can tell you who, what,
This is
where, how to sell your game right.
This is sick. It's cool.
Go play. Biatch, go play. Biatch, go play. Biatch, I look like OJ killing everything from pussy to a motherfucking hit boy bitch. She pussy popping and I got options like an audible. I be C-O-M-P-T-O-N. Like win then ball at your defeat. C-O-M-P-T-O-N. My city mobbing in the street. Yeah.
There's this channel that I used to watch on YouTube called Lost in Vegas, which also do like reactions to metal stuff. And there's this one reaction they have to, I think it's Megadeth, Holy Wars of Punishment Due, which is a fantastic song that you should check out if you're at all interested in rock music. And one of the guys, I think it's George there, makes this point of like, sometimes, even when you don't know how to do a thing, or like a lot of people who do that thing, sometimes you experience someone doing a thing, and they do it to such a level that it is just obvious that they are like a master of their craft. That is kind of how I'm starting to feel about Kendrick. 4 fucking songs, or 3 songs, however little we've gotten into this album. And that's very impressive to me. I don't understand how he does it, but I feel like he's on a different level. And we got like a slight siren. Yeah. Cool. I mean, this is definitely like, for me, this feels like a song that's kind of just like spreading, if it makes sense. Like it seems to like be broadening. That's the word. It broadens the horizon for what he's able to do, because it seems so different from the other songs that we've heard so far. It's still good, but it's definitely not, and it's cool, but it's not as much my style, in the sense that this doesn't feel emotionally evocative in the same way, except for like, I guess, a feeling of like vibe and anger, and that is also an emotion. Again, I listen to metal like all the time. That music is very heavy and angry usually, right? But this is a good song. I enjoy it. It's not as much for me as the other 2 songs have been, or 3 songs, however much we've listened to so far. I think it's only the 3rd song actually. So I'm probably gonna give this like a solid like B+, because it's still good. Obviously, I don't feel like I justify going any low. Oh no. Wait, I didn't see the Art of Peer Pressure is on this album. Oh no. I have covered this once before, and I remember it really touched me back then. Oh, fuck me. Alright. Yeah. I don't remember much of this song because I haven't heard it since like 2 years ago, but I have it on the channel. If you want to check it out, you should. Let's see if I feel the same about it as I did back then.
Everybody sit your bitch ass down and listen to true motherfucking story told by Kendrick Lamar. Rose cringe, bitch.
20 seconds in, and we fucking got like piano that's like beautiful going, like just building melody, I guess, building like a sonic wall, the static that's just creating this like almost retro-ish feel, the drums that are going crazy. And they sound like they're a mixture of different drums. Like, it sounds like they're both hand drums and like actual like a drum kit drums. And with this fill. Wow. I don't remember this. Yeah, that's what I also I remember the part of this that just was really touching to me last time was just the like so fucking honest, like genuine depiction of like being dragged into stuff you maybe don't want to get dragged into, like as a kid or a teenager because of peer pressure. And especially because Kendrick and I, obviously, we've grown up under very different circumstances. Like, because I've grown up in like a fucking like rural area in Denmark, and I've been very fortunate in general. So seeing like I remember the feeling of listening to and being like impacted deeply by this so fucking honest and genuine depiction of another life, and like thinking like that it's functionally just circumstance that I was born where I was, right? It's just, I mean, we're not even into this fucking song yet, and I'm already getting emotional. I remember this is just really touching. Yeah. Beautiful implementation here with the singing. Yeah. It's such a weird thing because technically I feel like, again, this shouldn't work. Like the way that he's making his voice sounds almost goofy. He's going now rather than now or something that you might like. It seems goofy in isolation, but it works so fucking well, especially because like the whole premise of this song, from what I recall, is kind of this like, it's important to spend time with your homies and like be with your friends and spend time with your friends, and your friends are important to you, or are important in your life, especially at this like crucial stage, right? However, you know, peer pressure sucks, and if you hang out with the wrong crowd, you might get dragged into things you don't want to get dragged into. Ugh. And this singing over one day, it's gonna burn you out. Alright, I'll stop talking about how I felt about the song last time and start talking about how I feel about the song now. Ooh. Ominous. Very ominous. Especially because we've gone from this like peaceful, like almost jovial sound into this. Yeah. Basketball shorts with the Gonzalez Park odor. We on the mission for bad bitches in trouble. I hope the universe love you today. Cause the energy we bring is sure to carry away a flock of positive activists and fill their body with hate if it's necessary. Yeah, I mean, speaking language only we know, you think it's an accent. The windows roll down, all I see is a hand pass it. Hot boxing like George Foreman, grilling the masses of the working world. We poured up on a bunch of working girls and asked them what they're working with. I mean, look at me, I got the blunt in my mouth. It's a mixture of the storytelling and the like, just even if you take the rap and the storytelling and the lyricism out of this and you just listen to the beat, it sounds so cold, so desolate, and so sad isn't the right word. It sounds like sorrowful almost. Like, especially when it's like set in the contrast to the actual, like, if you try and put yourself into the actual shoes of the kids that he's talking about here, right? They're out and probably in their world currently having fun. Like, they're doing, obviously, I'm not saying that it's a fun situation to be in, but they're out partying essentially, right? It's at least what I'm gathering here, right? But again, it's like with the first song of Serene, like, that there's this off-putting thing about it, but this time it's not just in the beat, it's also like in the lines. Because, like, we're talking about going out. I guess it's not a party, actually, not at all. I'm sorry, that was wrong. That's clearly incorrect. I missed the fucking pistol part, and it's one of those, like, I love listening to music like this, and I love learning about experiences that other people have had that I haven't, that I can't really relate to. But it's also difficult to talk about because it's just so far away from my experience, and I can't do much else but be moved by it, I guess. But it's just a fucking... Yeah, I guess the point I'm trying to make is just that it sounds like essentially they're out trying to do something that they find fun, but it's put into this, like, fucking sphere of just uncomfortableness, especially because it's mixed in with both a really uncomfortable beat, but then also mixed in with, like, stuff like this, for instance, speaking language only we know, you think it's an accent. I'm assuming that's something like targeting people like me, right? Which is fair, because again, it's an environment I haven't grown up in and that I don't know anything about, and it's just, he's not targeting, but he's talking about people like me, and it's just
Of the working world, we put up on a bunch of working girls and asked them what they're working with. Look at me, I got
just fuck me, man.
Usually I'm drug free.
And that, like,
I'm with the homies. Yeah, nigga, we out for Peel and Remy Red. Come through and bust your head, nigga. Me and the homies. Sag all the way to the liquor store.
Yeah.
My niggas pour forward, get twisted some more. Me and the homies. I ride for my motherfucking niggas. Hop out, do my stuff, then hop back in. Me and the homies. Matter of fact, I hop out that motherfucking be like, do, 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 do. It's 2:30.
like, it's just so... It's got a similar effect to me from, like, the movie Parasite, if anyone's watched it, the South Korean movie that came out like 4 or 5 years ago, where it's mixture of, that movie is a mixture of comedy, and, like, really, really scary thriller, and, like, in Danish we have there's a word for it, but I don't know if there's an actual word for it in English. I guess it's like social commentary, I guess, right? And it's similar in this regard, as this part is just so gorgeous, and, like, it's obviously, like, warning, it's like heatful, but then you move into this and we actually hear the story. And what are you supposed to do except for, like, just sit here, listen, and
We speeding on the 405 passing Westchester. You know the light-skinned girls and all the little dresses, good lord. They knew we weren't from around there, cause every time we down there, we pulling out the Boost Mobile SIM cards. Bougie bitches with no extensions, hood niggas with bad intentions. The perfect combination. Before we sparked the conversation, we seen 3 niggas in colors we didn't like, then start interrogating. I never was a gangbanger, I mean I never was stranger to the funk neither. I really doubt it.
like, again, it's so...
That's ironic, cause I never been violent until I'm with the homies.
It's just so introspective and so gorgeously well written. Like, that's ironic because I've never been violent until I'm with the homies. Just that, like, it's like you're listening to someone's internal dialogue, but it's been splattered on a fucking canvas of, like, a gorgeous beat. And then just this storytelling that's just so evocative and moving, and I mean, shit, man.
Cause I never been violent until I'm with the homies. Just riding, just riding. Me and the homies.
I mean,
Me and the homies.
I don't feel usually speechless, but this is what this song did last time as well. And it
Bragging about the episode we just had. A shot of Hennessy didn't make me feel that bad. I'm usually a true firm believer of bad karma. Consequences from evil will make you pass haunt ya. We trying to conquer the city with disobedience. Quick to turn it up even if we ain't got the CD in. But Jeezy still playing and our attitude is still nigga, what is you saying?
like, especially when you put this into context with him being a 17-year-old. I'm assuming it's the same time frame here, but a kid for all intents and purposes should not be able to come up with the line, consequences from evil will make your past haunt ya. Like, in an ideal world, obviously. It's just
Front of the
Fucking-
house that we've been camping out for like 2 months. The sun is going down as we take whatever we want.
disgraceful that, like, people can't have childhoods, man.
I hit the back window in search of any Nintendo DVDs, plasma screen TVs in the trunk. We made a right, they made a left, they made a right, they made a left. We was just circling life. My mama called,
Hello? What you doing?
kicking it. I should have told her I'm probably about to catch my first offense with the homies. But they made a right, they made a left, they made a right, then another right. One lucky night with the homies.
Hey, how you faded up? Yeah, we finally got that nigga faded.
Jeez.
He on now. I think he hit the wrong blunt though. Ooh, which way you talking about? Which way you talking about? I hope he hit the one with the shenanigans in.
I just,
I'm pretty hit
yeah.
that nigga straight. He ain't
I've got nothing. I'm speechless. This is like
the shenanigans.
one of the best songs I have ever heard, and it's one of those that, like, it's so good, but I can't listen to it because it just
I was the man on these streets, man. Yeah, that shit right there. I'm trying to be the nigga in the street.
just makes me feel horrible. In the best way. It's obviously like artistically, this is like a masterpiece. No questions asked. It just makes me feel horrible and like powerless. I'm powerless.
Not gonna do it. Then we all gonna meet back at the block at about 10:30.
Because especially because obviously, as I said earlier, I was a teenager until not too long ago, right? I also did things with some friends that I probably shouldn't have done at that age, right? But the thing that we did that, like, I got like peer pressured into was drinking some beers or smoking a blunt or something, right? So to go from that being my experience to hearing about these people's experiences is just such a, like, to hear like Kendrick, and like also not just Kendrick, because I know people who have, you know, been in similar situations, and thinking about how other people have, like, had formative years of their life be, like, just influenced by the amount of utter fucking bullshit that some people have to deal with because of the circumstances of their birth. It's just disgraceful, man. In case you haven't figured out, I'm giving this song an S. Like, this is fantastic. Artistically, one of the best songs I have heard on this channel. No questions asked. Money Trees. Can we lighten the mood? It's fine. It's fine. I hope no one sits out there feeling like it's that it's weird, or like or that either feel weird or feel like there's something wrong with me feeling down because of songs like that, because that's the intention. That's clearly the intention of the song, right? Is to make people feel for the situation. It's like one of my favorite songs of all time. It's called Blackbird, not by the Beatles, but by a band called Alter Bridge. That song, or their song In Loving Memory, ruins me. Like, straight up just gets me crying when I listen to them. So I don't listen to them very often. But that's the point. And if it can evoke that emotion, that's obviously a success. So all the blabbering you just heard for the past like 15 minutes is literally just me saying that song's fantastic. No notes. Gorgeous. Let's move on to Money Trees. I think it's the most popular song on the album, but... Ooh, sorry. Don't think I've heard it. Jesus Christ, we've been going for 45 minutes already. And we're like 5 songs in, right? Oh, this is gonna be a long... I guess we're almost halfway, actually. This is gonna be a long video.
Me and my niggas tryna get it, you bitch. Hit that house, like, tell me, is you with it, you bitch?
Already something I've noticed here is a lot of the other songs, the melodies seems to primarily be moving downwards, like they're descending. But here, it's mostly moving upwards. I don't know what that does, really, but it's cool. And we have this like gorgeous like mixture of like very uncomfortable sounds, but still cool. We have like the drums, the synth strings thing, and then if you listen very closely and if you're wearing headphones, wear your fucking headphones, you can hear a voice in your left ear. Like right there going, oh. Cool. That's how you build.
Back when condom rappers wasn't cool. They wasn't cool. I fucked Shireen and went to tell my bros. Then Usher Rain and Let It Burn came on. Hot sauce all that night I rhyming, yeah bitch. Park the car then we start rhyming, yeah bitch.
Okay.
The only thing we had to free our mind. Then freeze that verse when we see dollar signs. You looking like an easy come up, yeah bitch. A silver spoon, I know you come from, yeah bitch. And that's a lifestyle that we never knew. Go at a
Yeah.
for the revenue. Holly Berry or hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you do. Everybody go respect the shooter. But
Okay.
the one in front of the gun lives forever. The one.
What? I don't think I get that. Everybody's gonna respect the shooter, but the one in front of the gun lives forever. So the one getting shot lives forever?
In front of the gun forever.
I don't think I understand what that's supposed to mean, to be honest. Okay. That's a weird chorus. So I think the reason that like this is the weird chorus, but it works. But the reason it works, I think, is the fact that it ends on "I feel" every time, right? Like it goes, "I feel," that's just how I feel. 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 Otherwise, I don't think this would work. And also just because it's a mixture of like singing and like rapping again. So like just listen to the voices. It's like a few different layers going. That's just how I feel. Essentially. This definitely feels a little bit more just like a single, which I think it is because it's the most popular song of the album. That's usually how that works.
Back to reality, we pour, yeah, bitch. Another casualty at war, yeah, bitch. 2 bullets in my uncle Tony head. He said one day I'll be on tour, yeah, bitch. That Louis burgers never be the same. A Louis Belder never ease that pain. But I'ma purchase when that day is jerking. Pull off at churches with Pirelli skirting. Gang signs out the window, yeah, bitch.
I will say the beat is getting a little repetitive at this point. This is the first time I've felt this with any of these songs. I've also just noticed it's 6 minutes long, so that might be part of it. But like the last few songs, especially The Art of Peer Pressure, Jesus, I think the beat has been perfect. No notes functionally. And one of the reasons for it, again, is because it's changed midway or something. So far, this hasn't really changed all that much. It's a nice beat, but I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, Something can happen now. I'm ready.
Churches with Pirelli skirting. Gang signs out the window, yeah, bitch. Hoping all of them offend you, yeah, bitch.
There's a very weird thing there, though, with the drums. If you're trying to listen in on the drums, we have like just a hi-hat and a kick drum, which is fair. But in between those, there's like a very, 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 very low sound, almost like a snare that's been like EQ'd to sound very, very, very flat and hollow. I'll point to it. There it was. There. And it doesn't really do all that much, but I think it's one of those cases of like, you don't really notice it when you're listening to the song, but if you remove it, it'll feel empty and vab hit almost, right? That's one of those like songwriting tricks that you'll learn fairly quickly when you try to write music. It's like the connective tissue of a song. Or is this? Oh, this entire thing is the chorus. Or I guess it's the pre-chorus. So, everybody's gonna respect the shooter, but the one in front of the gun lives forever. Is that kind of like a... Is that a reference to either police violence? I could assume. Because it came out in 2012, and it's not like police violence has gotten better in America, or anywhere else for that matter, since then. Where like we... But I don't think that's... I don't think that can be true, because from what I know, like, police shootings happen all the fucking time in America, but we don't really hear much about the victims. Or I mean, I say we. I live in Denmark. I'm like 10,000 kilometers away, so obviously I don't hear a lot about the victims. So I don't know what that. I don't understand that reference, and it annoys me because I feel like it's important. Can someone enlighten me? Someone in the comments, please. So, and this, I feel like it's kind of like he's like, for lack of a better word, like intentionally like daydreaming here. What a good album, man, so far. When you're talking about a lane switch here, I'm assuming like switching lanes is like a metaphor for like moving up the socioeconomic hierarchy. Ooh, who's that? Is that D. Natasha? Okay. So it's changing like beat-wise a little bit here, but not because we're actually changing anything fundamental, it's just adding things here, right? Because we got essentially like verbal additions now by, I'm assuming, as Kendrick. Mixture of either those being like those frill sounds, like those like sounds almost. And then him singing. A.a.a.d, off pitch. Intentionally, I'm assuming. It's not entirely off pitch, but... Is this? That's not Kendrick, is it? I guess it's J-Rock. I want to comment more on this, but I think it's almost like a weird side effect of this so far. I think honestly being the best album I've covered on the channel, and me not really knowing how to comment on it because it seems beyond, like, above my pay grade, like it seems beyond my reach. It's so interspersed with references that I don't know why I started counting, but references and like concepts that I just don't know how to parse. And I want to interact with it more than I am, but I don't really know how to, because I also don't just want to interact for the sake of interacting, you know? It's just, it's a really cool experience, because it's not often that I find myself completely like stumped by an album, but so far, this is just floored me.
Bitches selling pussy, niggas selling drugs, but it's all good. Broken promises, still you're watching, tell you what time it is. Take your J's and tell you to kick it where a falaka is. In the streets with a heater under my dungarees. Dreams of me getting shaded under a money tree.
Maybe we're doing a double chorus maybe or not? The beat is changing a little bit here. We're adding a bit more synth in over, so it almost becomes like a double layer, like a melodies that becomes a little bit grating in a good way. And then
just bring my car back, man. I called in for another appointment. I figured you weren't gonna be back here on time anyway. Look, shit. I just want to get out the house, man. This man is on one. He feeling good. And a motherfucker. Shit, I'm trying to get my thing going too. I'm going to Maryland house. Just bring my car back. Shit, he made it. He feeling good. Look, listen to him.
is that his parents?
I want your body. I want your body. Cause of that big old fat ass. Yeah.
See, as hell. Shit, he ain't even tripping off them dominoes no more. Just bring the car back.
Somebody say dominoes?
Yeah, that was cool. I will say that I don't feel like that song did as much for me as the other ones. It was cool. It was fine. It was definitely passable. Works in the album. But like, I don't know. It felt more like a single than a part, like cohesive part of the album, which is fine. But I think that's gonna get like a solid like B plus. Nothing fantastic. Nothing or like earth shattering. Also nothing bad. Yeah, B plus. I think that fits. Hey, sorry about the quick weird break and like jump here in the recording. I realized while making the video that I was running out of time to finish the recording last session. So it's a different day, but fear not, I've just listened to the album up until Poetic Justice, which is where we'll carry on. So I'm very much still in the vibe of the album and we'll just carry on from here because I ran out of time. And then I would rather just take my time to actually do this album justice, Poetic Justice even, than to rush through it and like stop commenting on as much as I'd like to. So, without further ado, let's carry on with Poetic Justice. That's featuring Drake, which I feel is a little
Every second, every
ironic,
minute, man, I
given
swear
the
that she
current
can get it. Say if you a
circumstances.
bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now. Put me in the mood. I'm talking about.
Oh my god. I love this intro. Just 10 seconds in. Listen to the way they blend, I think it's guitar and voices.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high.
Yeah, there's like 3 different things going on. I mean, there's more than 3, but there's like 3 different things going on just with the melody. Like the da 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 thing. That's not actually the melody, but you know what I mean. There's a bass that's kind of acting like counter to it, and then there's a mixture of guitar that's like very low in the mix, mixed with the voice, so it almost like blends together to sound like one instrument. But if you pay attention, you can hear it. Just try and listen to the melody.
Hands up high, tell them dim the lights down right now. Put me
like there's a voice singing as well.
I'm talking about.
And then there's narration on top. Cool.
Go.
And if you just see here, if you've watched some of my other videos, you might have heard me talk about like the connective tissues of songs, and because it's my firm belief that if things are in the same key and in the same like beat, then you will be able to make functionally anything work. And the way you do it is by doing stuff like this. Listen to what's building into this next section.
Dark room perfume. Go.
We have this like just ringing buildup of, it's almost like a hi-hat type of thing that's just being built. It's not a hi-hat, but it's a similar thing. It's like a roll that's building up and then letting go, dropping us into this next section.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know you taste this a little bit. High maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you
Oh
trust
my
it?
God.
I mean,
I know I've already talked a little bit about this, but like, just the way that Kendrick's able to flow and like, not. I've talked about Tupac dancing on a beat, where this guy feels like he's jumping, like he's fucking Mario on this like beat, and with the lyrics, like the way he just went with "If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it?" Holy fuck! How did he get this good before dropping his first album?
poetic justice.
Like,
If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it?
That's so
I
cool.
write poems in these
he's very much
songs
treating his voice like a
dedicated
drum
to you
or
and
bass.
You're in the mood for empathy, it's blood in my pen. Better yet with your friends and them. I really wanna know you all. I really wanna show you off. Fuck that, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that.
And I also really like how he's mixing his own like very bombastic, jumpy, like rapping style with this soft, beautiful fucking like sung melody of the
Called up your
of
girlfriends and
M.a.a.d.
y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that.
Like
She
that.
wanna go and party. She wanna go and party. Nigga don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga that ain't good, game home is sorry. They say conversation.
It's just very cool.
Rule a nation, I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs, lest I write it down for real. P.S. You can get it, you can get it, you
Wow.
can get it, you can get it. And I know just what you want.
All right.
Poetic justice, put it in the song. All right.
So
You can get it, you
So when you're talking about poetic justice in general, from my understanding, poetic justice is like, it's not just justice. It's not just someone like getting their due or something like, or someone being like done right, someone getting done right by them, right? It's like with an extra layer, right? Of like someone wrongs you in a specific way, and then maybe that same thing happens to them. That's like poetic or like karmic justice, it feels like, right? So who is it he's talking about here? Who or what is like receiving poetic justice?
you can get it, you can get it. And I know just what you want. Poetic justice, put it in the song.
It's also
All right.
almost like, it's almost got that same vibe that some of Kanye's music does, in the sense that the way that Kanye raps in some of his songs. I think it's like Power, for instance. No, not Power, sorry. I don't remember which song in particular, but there's one where he's like, they can kiss my ass. More specifically, they can kiss my asshole. I'm an asshole. I'm an ass. Whoa. Something like that, right? And the way he does it, the way he enunciates the word, sounds very like jovial and almost childish. And I feel like Kendrick is doing a similar thing here, just not in the lyrics, but just in the way that he's saying it, like,
And I know just what you want.
like that tonality is almost like childlike. This is cool. It's a cool way to do this stuff.
I really hope you play this, cause oh girl, you test my patience with all these seductive photographs and all these one-off vacations you've been taking. Clearly a lot for me to take in, it don't make sense. Young East African girl, you too busy fucking with your other man. I was trying to put you on game, put you on a plane, take you and your mama to the motherland. I could do it, maybe one day.
just so
When you
many
figure out
different-
you're gonna need
I know
someone.
his
When you
style.
figure out it's all right here in the city and you don't run from where we come from. That sound like poetic
So many
justice. Poetic justice. You were so new to this life, but goddamn, you got adjusted. I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to the fun sex. Yo,
Like, fuck, man, just the way. I know I've already harped on about this in this one song, but I really enjoy the way that he treats his mouth and his like his voice as an instrument, because in a lot of music that I listen to, like with metal, especially when it's growling, it very much just is an instrument, like an addition to the music, right? And there's obviously a rhythm to it, but when it's not rap, it's typically nowhere near as rhythmic. It's more playing it like in a melodic like element, right, when writing melodies. And there's also melody in this, but just the like, just notice how he like delays his rap in like with dedicated to the fun sex. That's almost like the way that like a drummer would delay like a kick or a part just to like create groove. It's so cool. Like his voice is like a fucking drum kit.
I write poems in these songs dedicated to the
Like
fun
there,
sex.
you could say I write poems in these songs dedicated to the fun sex, something like that. But he doesn't. He delays it a little bit, and that creates a bit more swing. It's similar to what I was about to say Dave Mustaine. Dave Grohl does in a lot of Nirvana's songs on the drums.
Natural hair and your soft skin and your big ass and that sundress. Ooh. Good God, what you doing that walk for? When I see that they move, I just wish we would fight less and we would talk more. They say communication save relations, I can tell, but I can never right my wrongs unless I write them down for real. P.S.
So I guess
You can get it, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. And I know just what you want. Poetic justice.
ooh, and then we have a little bit of clean guitar like here.
Know just what you want. Poetic justice. Put it in the song.
I actually think that's I don't think that's a chord. That sounds like harmonics.
Poetic justice.
Yeah. So harmonics, for those who don't know, there are like roughly there's more than two, but like usually there's like two types of harmonics you'll hear on guitars being played. There's like natural harmonics and there's pinch harmonics, at least in rock and metal guitar. And the way you do it is you just hover, like you'll just pluck a note and then lightly tap it on like the 7th, 12th, or like 17th fret usually. You can do it other places as well, but those are like the primary ones you use. And when you do that, you get this sound. And what I think is being done here is that whoever's playing the guitar is strumming several notes and then doing like a whammy bar thing to like get that wavy sound.
Put it in the song, alright. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. And I know just what you want. Poetic justice.
Yeah, like there.
Put it in the
Super cool.
song, alright.
Every time I write these words, they become a taboo. Making sure my punctuation curve, heavy letter hits true. Living my life in the margin, and that
This is very
metaphor was
enjoyable.
proof. I'm talking poetic justice. Poetic
It almost
justice.
sounds like
If I told you that
yeah. So what I wanted to say before I got distracted by the guitar is that I don't really know what the poetic justice part is about, because he's saying that like I know just what you want, poetic justice, put it in a song. So I guess it might be a reference to him getting put on blast at some point, and then like putting this stuff in a song. But it feels more like that could be it, but I feel like it feels more, and I don't have any really evidence for this in the lyrics, but it feels like a admiration almost of the concept of poetic justice. Like, and this might be a stretch, but it feels almost a little similar to Bob Marley's song, Redemption Song, which if you don't know, wonderful song, go listen to it. But in that song, Bob Marley is singing about like how he wants people to sing songs of freedom, right? Because the only thing he's ever had are redemption songs, right? That's like the whole hook in it, right? And this feels similar in the sense that it's like he's like admiring almost and praising poetic justice as a concept. Does that make
in the
sense?
dark room with you trusted, I mean you need to hear this. Love is not just a verb, it's you looking in the mirror. Love is not just a verb, it's you looking for it maybe. Call me crazy, we can both be insane. A fatal attraction is common, and what we have common is pain. I mean you need to hear this. Love is not just a verb, and I can see power steering. Sex drive when you swerve, I want that interference. It's coherent, I can hear it. That's your heartbeat, it either caught me or it caught me. Read slow and you'll find gold mines in these lines.
Yeah.
Sincerely, yours truly.
I also really like the I haven't really touched too much on it in this one, but I really like the drums here, or like the percussion. If you just listen to the like echoey sound of the clap.
Caught me. Read slow and you'll find gold mines in these lines. Sincerely, yours truly. And right before you go blind, P.S.
You can get it, you can get it, you can get it.
This is very pleasant.
And I know
With some
just
really cool elements to it.
know just what you want. Poetic justice.
But it also, it doesn't feel like... That's cool. That was like a very cool like wind down. It's a really cool song. It's very enjoyable, but it doesn't feel as like impactful to me as like the Art of Peer Pressure. So far it's like nowhere near bad.
One more time, homie. Where is you from?
Hey,
Where is
ask him
a
if you over
problem?
here from Serene. Hey, you over here from Serene,
I
homie?
don't care who this nigga over here from. He don't tell me where he's from. It's a rap. I'm sorry.
Hold on. We're gonna do it like this, okay? I'm gonna tell you where I'm from, okay? You gonna tell me where you from, okay? Or where your grandma stay, where your mama stay, or where your daddy stay, okay?
All this talking.
As a matter of fact, get out the van, homie.
So is this like a continuation from the story of The Art of Peer Pressure. That was cool. I think Poetic Justice is gonna get like a solid A because it's a very good song. Clearly, like I very much, especially enjoyed the way that you can see like his style of rapping in it, like or his styles. Parentheses, because there's so many of them. Clearly, that was very good, very enjoyable, but it didn't feel as like impactful, like emotionally, at least for me, as like The Art of Peer Pressure, which so far is by a long shot my favorite song on the album. But it's nowhere near a bad song. It's a very obviously great song. I'm gonna give that a solid A. All right, moving on to Good Kid.
Mass hallucination, baby. Ill education, baby.
That's
Wanna reconnect with your elation.
a lot.
This is
So there's this very like uncomfortable beat in the sense we've got these like dissonant notes and like this just very driving hi-hat beat going over it, mixed with these very obviously like fake choirs. It's a pad, it's like it's a sample, which is fine, I use them all the time as well. And then with this, but then also like a comforting almost sound of the bass being played. Like just listen to how the drums are dragging you forward, but they sound a little off almost, right? It's like it sounds grainy, it sounds rusty, but not like in a good way. But in a good way. It doesn't.
This is your station, baby.
Just for
Look
a
inside
little-
these walls and you see him having withdrawals of a prisoner on his way. Trapped inside your desire to fire bullets that stray. Track a tire, just tell you I'm tired and ran away. I should ask a choir, what do you require to sing a song that acquire me to have faith? That's the record spin, I should pray. For the record, I recognize that I'm easily prey. I got 8 alive yesterday. I got animosity building. It's probably big, it's a building. Me jumping off of the roof. It's me just playing it safe. But what am I supposed to do when the topic is red or blue? And you understand that I ain't, but no, I'm accustomed to just a couple that look for trouble and live in the street with rank. No better picture to paint than me walking from Bible study and called his homies because he had said he noticed my face from a function that took in place. They was wondering if I banged. Step on my neck and get blood on your Nike checks. I don't mind, cause one day you respect the good kid, Mad City.
That was wow. Okay, that was a lot. So we're going from this really dissonant. We're gonna listen to that entire section again because we're going from this really dissonant piece that's like building and building and building, and then you resolve it. But while resolving it, you're building more tension somehow because he's got like these several layers of him rapping, and they almost sound like they're in conflict with each other, despite like saying the same thing.
That acquire me to have faith. That's the record spin, I should pray. For the record, I recognize that I'm easily prey. I got 8 alive yesterday. I got animosity building. It's probably big, it's a building. Me jumping off of the roof. It's me just playing it safe. But what am I supposed to do when the topic is red or blue? And you understand that I ain't, but no, I'm accustomed to just a couple that look for trouble and live in the street with rank. No better picture to paint than me walking from Bible study and called his homies because he had said he noticed my face from a function that took in place. They was wondering if I banged. Step on my neck and get blood on your Nike checks. I don't mind, cause one day you respect the good kid, Mad City.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. And then this horn thing. Oh. God, and the plucked face. Well, this is so tasty.
All I see is strobe lights blinding me in my hindsight, finding me by myself. Promise me you can help. In all honesty, I got time to be copacetic until you had finally made decision to hold me against my will. It was like a head-on collision that folded me standing still. I can never pick out the difference in greater cop on the bill. Every time you clock in the morning, I feel you just want to kill all my
hidden. You
hidden.
have like, sorry, I'm pausing in the middle of a line here, but like, just listen to the actual like beat. We've got the bass going ham, and we've got a guitar that's also picking up the pace here.
It was like a head-on collision
like
that folded me standing still. I can never pick out the difference in greater cop on the bill. Every time you clock in the morning,
but
I
like
feel you just want to kill all my hindrances while ignoring my purpose to persevere as a better person. I know you heard this and probably in fear, but what am I supposed to do when the blinking of red and blue flash from the top of your roof and your dog has the same roof and you ask lift up your shirt cause you wonder if a tattoo of affiliate.
And yeah, I think the reason that they sound like they're in conflict with each other is first of all because there's different like effects on it, different layers and shit, but it's also just like it sounds like they're like slightly delayed.
They here for tattoo of affiliation, can make it a pleasure to put me through gang files, but that don't matter because the matter his racial profile. I heard them chatter, he's probably young, but I know that he's down. Step on his neck as hard as your bulletproof vest. He don't mind, he know we never respect the good kid, Mad City.
Mass hallucination, baby.
So,
Ill education,
this is-
baby. Wanna reconnect with your
it feels like it's almost like there's anger in it, very clearly.
This is your
And I think it's about
station,
racial
baby.
profiling.
All I see in this room, 20 zannies in these rooms, grown candy for pain. Can we live in the same society? It's entirely stressful upon my brain. You hired me as a victim, I quietly hope for change.
Which, you know, is fucking disgraceful. Like, that's even a thing. So, yeah, righteous anger, especially, like, considering the circumstances of his, like, upbringing, like, the life that he led before becoming famous. Wow, I almost need to take a break. That's, I mean, I'm not gonna, but, like, I'm almost at a loss for words. Wow, this is, like, if you were to just sonically make a rap song for me, this is how you do it. This.
It's entirely stressful upon my brain. You hired me as a victim, I quietly hope for change. When violence is the rhythm, inspired me to obtain the silence in this room with 20 zannies and shrooms. Some grown-up candy, I lost it, I feel it's nothing to lose. The street sure to release the worst side of my best. Don't mind, cause now you have...
Oh my god, and then we're at the streets sure to release the worst side of my best. We're starting another build-up.
With 20 zannies and
like this, it sounds like a fucking shooting star, like a meteor going the opposite direction, going up, like across the fucking painting that is this song.
Some grown-up candy, I lost it, I feel it's nothing to lose. The street sure to release the worst side of my best. Don't mind, cause now you ever your debt. The good kid, Mad City.
Mass hallucination, baby.
Whoa.
Ill education, baby.
That. Fuck,
Wanna reconnect
dude.
with your elation.
That's an S. No questions asked. That's
This
another
is your
S.
station, baby.
As a matter of fact, I'm adding this to my good shit playlist right the fuck now. That was so good. Holy fuck, that was good. All right, moving on.
If Pyros and Crips all got
All right,
along,
Mad City.
they probably got me down by the hand
I have
of the
reacted
song.
to this once
Seem
before,
like the
I
whole
think.
city go against me. Every time I'm in the street, I hear
Yeah.
Man down, where you from, nigga? Fuck who you know.
I remember this. Also because it went viral and fell on like Vine back in the day.
My nigga, this Mad City, I run my nigga.
brace yourself, I take you on a trip down memory lane. This is not a rap or I'm slinging crack or moon cocaine. This is cul-de-sac and plenty cognac and major pain. Not the drill sergeant, but the stress that weighing on your brain. It was
Jesus Christ, man. This is such a... I mean, is it fair to call this a classic at this point? It feels like a classic. I've barely heard it. I've heard it like a few times in my life, but it just... You obviously can't, because you wouldn't know when it came out, right? But this, it feels like you can just hear like the cultural weight that this song has carried, just everywhere from like, and I'm assuming here, but I know it went super viral just in internet culture in general back in like 2013 or 2014 or whenever this album came out. And it's also just in the beginning here again, it's like he's turning up the rage meter, I guess, again. Because, like, just the way he's talking here about, like, how this is not going to be a rap about how he's slinging crack or moves cocaine. It's called a sack and plenty cognac and major pain. Yeah.
lucky, ride down roads, it got ugly, waving your hand out the window, check yourself.
Aggressive strings.
And coldness, hope euphoria can slow dance.
Like a trap-ish beat.
The driver seat, the first one to get killed. Seen a light-skinned nigga with his brains blown out. At the same burger stand with saying gout. Now this is not a tape recorder saying that he did it, but ever since
You can also just hear it in his voice, man. Like, and it's obviously intentional, but like he can go so like razor sharp, like a fucking like bullet. I know bullets aren't sharp, but in my head they feel like they should be sharp. Like razor, like pointedly, like aggressive, like low sounds in some songs, But then when you go into now, this is not a tape recorder saying that he did it. On the did it, his voice cracks, and it's clearly
The tape recorder saying that he did it. But ever since that day, I was looking at him different. That was back when I was 9. Joey packed a 9. Pack a stand on every porch is fine. We adapt to crime. Pack a van with 4 guns at a time. With the sliding door. Fuck it's up. Fuck you shooting for. If you ain't walking up, you fucking punk. Picking up the fucking pump. Picking off you sucker. Sucker dick or die. A sucker punch. A wall of bullets coming from AKs, ARs, AR, duck. That's what mama
like
said when
duck. Again, it might sound silly out of context, especially when I'm doing it, but it's so fucking effective in communicating the anger and pain that's obviously like being described just between the surface, right? Because again, what is it in the beginning of the album? He said that he was like 17, and I'm assuming it's the same approximate like age range here, and everything he's talking about here is something that obviously no fucking kid should have to experience or deal with, or even have to enter it into their conscience. So like, it's very understandable, I guess, for lack of a better word. I'm not saying I understand because I've never experienced anything like it, but you can definitely, if you're not a psycho, you can definitely understand where he's coming from and why.
eating every lunch, oh man, goddamn, all hell broke loose. You killed my cousin back in 94. Fuck your truce. Now crawl your head in that noose. You wind up dead on the news. Ain't no peace treaty, just peace and BG's up to pre-approved. Body.
On my old Kendrick videos before doing this video, and I remember some of you all talked about how his cousin was actually murdered, which is just. I mean, again, I talked about it previously in this reaction, but it's such a weird experience to be listening to stories from people who've grown up in like so different an environment to me, have these stories, because like I'm 25, I have known thousands of people throughout my life. I don't know a single person who's gotten murdered, you know, like I know people who've perished from other things, or like, that's maybe a little hard of a word, people who've died, like, but not from murder.
On top of bodies, Ivy's on top of Ivy's. Obviously the coroner between the sheets like the Osleys. When you hop on that trolley, make sure your color's correct. Make sure you're corporate or they'll be calling your mother collect. They say the governor collect all of our taxes except when we in traffic and tragic happens. That shit ain't no threat. You moving backwards if you suggest that you sleep with a tech. Go buy your chopper and have a doctor on speed dial, I guess. Matt City.
Bend down. Where you from, nigga? Fuck who you know. Where you from, my nigga? Where your grandma stay?
How they're from this Maad City. And I guess I understand that like the Maad City in this particular case, I think is Chicago, but you know, extrapolate it a little bit, man. The Maad City is like, I'm assuming it's just the general like fucking disparities between like people and people from different classes, and how fucking insane it is that there can be people living in high rises like eating lobster and caviar while simultaneously same city, same environment, you have people living on the streets unable to, like, who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Like, that's such an insane thing, you know.
Rules and grips all got along. They probably got me down by the end of the song. Seem like the whole city go against me. Every time I'm in the street, I hear yak, yak, yak.
Wake your punk ass up.
What?
It ain't nothing but a Compton thing. Chill.
Oh wait,
real simple and plain.
Compton?
We teach you some lessons about the street. Ain't nothing but a Compton thing. Chill. How we do?
Fresh out of school, cause I was a high school grad. Sleeping in the living room of my mama's bed. Reality.
And again, here, like, the emotion comes through so fucking clearly, not just in his voice, but in the way his voice is paired with the strings. Because just listen to the drama in these strings.
Fresh out of school, cause I was a high school grad. Sleeping in the living room of my mama's bed. Reality struck, I seen a white car crash. Hit the light pole, 2 niggas hopped out on foot and dashed. My pop said I needed a job, I thought I believed him. Security guard for a month and ended up leaving. In fact, I got fired cause I was inspired by all of my friends to stage a robbery
have these extra layers of like brass and like melody.
The third Saturday I clocked in.
Like the guitar leads into
Projects toe up, gang signs get thrown up. Cocaine laced in marijuana. And they wonder why I really smoke now. Imagine if your first blunt had you foaming at the mouth. I was straight tweaking the next weekend we broke even. I made allegiance and made a promise to see you bleeding. You know the reasons, but still I never know my life. Kendrick, aka Compton's human sacrifice.
Yeah. Cocaine, weed. Niggas been mixing shit.
And then that like durng effect. I don't really know what instrument is doing that. God, it's almost like, it almost feels like a similar, at least, to how Kanye's music sometimes can sound like it would be a movie score. Like if you peel back the rapping elements, this feels similar. Like I don't know for what movie, but it definitely feels like there's enough like stuff here.
It's the 80s slow. Sharp stakes, buck naked. Death, make a nigga flip. Cluck heads all up and down the block and shit. One time's crooked and shit. Block a nigga in. Alondra, Rosecrans, bullets. Scab, I'm still in the hood. No, yeah, that's cool. The hood took me under, so I follow the rules. But yeah, that's like me. I grew up in the hood where they bang, and niggas that rep colors is doing the same thing. Pass it to the left so I can smoke on me. A couple drive-bys in the hood lately.
Like just in the like enunciation again. Like if you listen here, like by drive-bys, I feel like you can hear it.
In the hood where they bang and niggas that rep colors is doing the same thing. Pass it to the left so I can smoke on me. A couple drive-bys in the hood lately.
Like the way of face that sounds almost similar, like Tupac or Big.
Shots in the crowd, then everybody ran. Hood been a slave, the street life I crave. Shots at the enemy, hearts turn brave. Mount up, regulators in the whip. Down the boulevard with the pistol grip. Trip. We in the hood still.
I honestly feel like this album so far is just a massive
deal with the outcome of strap in the hand and the burn 10 grands where motherfuckers stand.
If I told you I killed a nigga at 16, would you believe me? Or see me to be innocent Kendrick you seen in the street with a basketball and some now latest to eat? If I'm mashing all of my skeletons, would you jump in the sea? Would you say my intelligence now is great relief? And it's safe to say that our next generation maybe can sleep with dreams of being a lawyer, doctor, instead of boy with a chopper. They hold the codice like hostage. Kill them all if they gossip. The children of the corn, they've been alive in the...
God, and then like when we start, like we have like this 2-part almost like, I don't know, almost, it's not a soliloquy, obviously. That's just where my mind goes, because, I don't know, I like some Shakespeare. It's weird. So that's another story. But like, it's this monologue thing, right? Where he starts as like, where he talked about if you'd believe him if you'd killed someone at 16, right? And it almost feels like a plea here in the beginning, like, again, I might be reading too much into this, but it almost feels like a kid, again, trying to make you see and trying to make you believe. I guess it's also called Good Kid, Mad City, so that's probably intentional. But we go from here to this plea part, and then like after, with dreams of being a lawyer or a doctor instead of a boy with a chopper that hold the cul-de-sac hostage, kill them all if they gossip, and then at the children of the corn they are vandalizing. Are they vandalizing?
Being a lawyer, doctor, instead of boy with a chopper. They hold the codice like hostage. Kill them all if they gossip. The children of the corn, they've been alive in the option of living a lie. Drive their body with toxins, constantly drinking and drive. Hit the powder, then watch this flame that arrive in his eye. Listen, count with the concept is aim and they bang in the slide. Out that bitch with deposit a price on his head. The tots probably go to the projects.
I don't know.
Live inside the belly, had the rough. Compton, USA. Made me an angel on angel dust.
No, you don't get to do that. That was...
The slide out that bitch with deposit a price on his head. The tots probably go to the projects. Live inside the belly, had the rough. Compton, USA. Made me an angel on angel dust.
That's so good, dude. So fucking good. I shouldn't say it already, but this is looking to be my favorite album we've covered so far.
What you holding it for? Niggas always acting insensitive and shit. Nigga, that ain't no word. Nigga, shut up. Doc, you good, my nigga? Don't even trip. Just lay back and drink.
S. Fuck that. Fuck you. That's an S. Holy shit. That is a good song. Good Kid, Mad City, the combo back to back with two. Just wow. Wow, that's good. Let's go. Swimming Pools Drank Extended Edition. All right.
Pull up.
Frank.
Headshot.
Frank.
Wait, I think I've heard this before.
Stand up.
Frank.
Pass out.
But I don't know
Wake
where.
up.
Frank.
Fade it.
Frank.
Fade it.
Nah, I done grew around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flask, backstroke every day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels. Some people want to kill their sorrow. Some people want to fit in with the popular. That was my problem. I was in the dark.
Listen to this. This feels floaty, in a good way. It feels like, and I'm definitely just primed by the title, obviously, right? But for lack of a better word, this feels like the feeling you get when you're swimming and you're under the water and you're looking up at the like sun reflected in the water, like so the sun rays get reflected weirdly, and all the sounds are just so like muted. That's what this beat sounds like.
Fade it. Fade it.
Nah, I done grew around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flask, backstroke every day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels. Some people want to kill their sorrow. Some people want to fit in with the popular. That was my problem. I was in a dark room, loud tunes, looking to make a vow soon that I'ma get fucked up, filling up my cup. I see the crowd mood changing by the minute, and the record on repeat. Took a sip, then another sip. Then somebody said to me, nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of.
And again, the fucking strings. The mixture of the strings with the, I don't know what instrument it is, some sort of synth that sounds like raindrops.
Liquor, then you dive in it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all fly. All the girls wanna play, they watch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
So I'm guessing this is like a
headshot.
Frank.
Sit down.
Frank.
Stand.
Again, it's like it fucking man. Every single song on this goddamn record feels like it's like there's so many layers to peel back, because on like on like the front layer, on like the upper layer here, right, you could probably argue that this is more like a party type of song. Like you could throw this at a party and you'll have fun with it, because we're talking about like a pool full of liquor. But also, like, where is it? There was a line that's very much like peer pressure. Again, like if we're going back here, right? Why are you babysitting only 2 or 3 shots? That is like, that to me feels like a callback to like the element of like peer pressure that he's talked about previously.
Frank.
Pass out.
Frank.
Wake up.
They're like just these like
Faded.
simultaneous stories almost.
Okay.
Told. It's so
Now open your mind up and listen to me, Kendrick. I'm in your conscience. If you do not hear me, then you will be history, Kendrick. I know that you're nauseous right now, and I'm hoping to lead you to victory, Kendrick.
If I take another one down, I'ma drown in some poison, abusing my limit. I think that I'm feeling the vibe. I see the love in her eyes. I see the feeling of freedom is granted as soon as the damage of vodka arrives. This how you capitalize.
That almost feels like the way that Suicide Boys is rap here. Like, I'm assuming they probably got it from Kendrick or someone else. I don't know who came first, but like just I see I can't do it, but like I see the feeling that freedom is granted as soon as the damage of vodka arrives. This how you capitalize. This is parental advice. Like that very like like style of rapping. That's
I see the feeling of freedom is granted as soon as the damage of vodka arrives.
Like if you had like a ha sound over this, it could sound like Suicide Boys.
This is parental advice, and apparently I'm over influenced by what you are doing. I thought I was doing the most, and someone said to me, nigga, why you babysitting only 2 or 3 shots? I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you
is so like determined by the strings, but not just because they're strings, but because of the effect on the strings. Try and notice what's happening, because there's a little bit
nigga, why you babysitting only 2 or 3
delay.
shots? I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch.
I think it's only strung once, then it's
full of liquor, then you dive
creating
in
like
it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all fly. All the girls wanna play, they watch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
Hold up.
Again,
Headshot.
Frank.
Sit down.
it's very much a vibe, but again,
Pass out.
there's
wake up.
You can listen to this in two settings. It can either be this setting where I'm listening to it and I'm trying to analyze it and understand it, understand the story.
One chopper, 100 shots.
But like, you could also.
Bang, 2 chopper, 200 shots.
It could also be used like as a track in a party so far. At least. I don't know if this is a twist. We're only halfway through.
Hop out, do you? Bang, 2 chopper, 200 shots. Nigga, why you babysitting only 2 or 3 shots? I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of liquor, then you dive in it.
It's not a direct fallback because I don't think that's a line that's been said in our peer pressure, and that's obviously also different. But this is still peer pressure.
I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
Hold up.
Drinking,
Headshot.
drinking,
Sit down.
drinking,
Stand up.
drinking.
There's a much lighter tone of string.
Dive in it.
Hold up.
Drinking,
Headshot.
drinking,
Sit down.
drinking,
Like
Stand
that
up.
sounds Disney. Almost.
Pass out.
drinking,
Wake up.
drinking.
Like that could be used in like a fucking. No, that's not
Fading.
Pixar.
Drinking.
Pixar? Disney, that's Pixar. Like, no, it's not. DreamWorks. Shrek.
Oh man.
Weird, uncomfortable build.
Where's she taking?
Is this what I was fearing? Is this the change of gear?
All I have in life is my new appetite for failure. And I got hunger, pain that grow insane. Tell me, do that sound familiar? If it do, then you're like me. Make an excuse that your relief is in the...
It's weirdly uncomfortable in a good intentional way, right? And I think what makes this uncomfortable outside of the rapping and the lyrics, obviously, is the snare. Listen to it. It just sounds a little off.
All I have in life is my
Like
new
that snare.
appetite for failure.
That's
And I got
grating.
hunger, pain that grow insane. Tell me,
That's
do that sound familiar?
unignorable.
If it do, then you're like me. Make an excuse that your relief is in
Which
the
is
bottom
good. It's
of
like
a bottle.
intentionally
And the green is
unignorable,
in the leaf. As the
obviously.
window open, I release everything that corrode inside of me. I see you joking while you laugh. Don't you feel bad? I probably sleep and never ever wake up. Never ever wake up. Never ever wake up. In God I trust. But just when I thought I had enough.
They stopped to hum me out over a bitch? Get out, you good, lad? Yeah, we can drop it back off.
That nigga straight, man. That nigga ain't tripping.
We gonna do the same old shit. I'm gonna pop a few shots. They gonna run opposite way. Fall right in the lap. And he gonna tear their ass up. Simple as that.
And I hope that bitch that set him up out there, we gonna pop that bitch too.
Wait, hold
So
up.
they're
Hey,
like planning?
I see something.
The drive-by here or what? Yeah. I don't think it's a party song unless this is
Yeah,
not
bud,
the...
I'm good. Dad, you good?
Hey, say something. Hey, these bitch niggas killed my brother.
Good song. Very good song. A? I don't feel like giving it an S just because it... Maybe it does deserve an S. An S minus. You know, we'll give it an S minus or an A plus. Something along those lines. Oh boy, Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst is a 12-minute song. You know what? I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Doing long songs is fine. I mean, I'm wearing a fucking Tool t-shirt. If I'd criticize anyone for doing long songs, I'd fucking choke on the hypocrisy. But I do think you need to earn it. Like, you shouldn't just make a song long just for the sake of making it long. You need to, like, make it worthwhile to listen to 12 minutes of music in one song, because I'd say it's a lot. I like long songs. I love prog metal, so it's not like I have an aversion to it, but I'm always a little interested whenever any band or any musician does this, because it can either be fucking fantastic or kind of shit. So let's see. He's given me no reason to doubt him so far.
Promise that you will sing about me. Promise that you will sing about me. I said when the lights shut off and it's my turn to settle down. My main concern. Promise that you will sing about me. Promise that you will sing about me.
His want for a legacy.
I woke up this morning and figured I'd call you in case I'm not here tomorrow. I'm hoping that I can borrow a peace of mind. I'm behind on what's really important. My mind is really distorted. I find nothing but trouble in my life. I'm fortunate you believe in a dream. This orphanage we call a ghetto is quite a routine. And last night was just another distraction or a reaction of what we consider madness. I know exactly what happened. You ran outside when you heard my brother cry for help. Held him like a newborn baby and made him feel like everything was alright in a fight he tried to put up. But the type of bullet that stuck had went against his will. Last blood spill on your hands, my plan's rather vindictive. Everybody's a victim in my eyes. When I ride, it's a murderous rhythm. And outside became pitch black, a demon glued to my back, whispering, get him, I got him, and I ain't give a fuck. That same mentality I told my brother not to duck. In actuality, it's a trip how we trip off of colors. I wonder if I ever discover a passion like you and recover the life that I knew as a youngin' in pajamas and thunderduns. When thunder comes, it rains cats and dogs dumb. Niggas like me never prosper. Prognosis of a problem child. I'm proud and well devoted. This Pyru shit been in me forever. So forever I'ma push it wherever, whenever. And I love you cause you love my brother like you did. Just promise me you tell this story when you make it big.
So, just, yeah, we're almost 2 minutes in and I've barely said anything. It's just because, honestly, I'm getting a little choked up. If there's one, like, takeaway from this album for me so far, it's been the whole... There's still a lot of work to do, you know? Because it's unacceptable that any kid, anywhere, has to be able to tell a story like this, you know. Don't get me wrong, good storytellers are important and I love stories and I love storytelling, but like ideally a kid shouldn't be able to tell a story like this, right? Or like experience something that makes them be able to tell a story like this. And obviously you can't, like, we're never gonna get to a point where like no kids are hurt or experience stuff like this, but that doesn't mean that we can't work towards it, you know. You can't regulate like evil is something that a lot of people will say like in response to like ideas for like improving in the world through regulations or just through like systemic changes, right? And that's true, you can't regulate all evil, but you absolutely can systemically make changes that like materially improves people's lives.
And if I die before your album drop, I hope promise that you will sing about me. Promise that you will
like
sing about me. Like said when the light shut off, then it's my turn to settle down. My main concern. Promise that you will
a want for legacy
about me.
For like a better
Promise
word.
that you will sing about me. You wrote a song about my sister on your tape and called it Section 80. The message resembled Brenda's got a baby. What's crazy was I was hearing about it but doubted your ignorance. How could you ever just put her on blast and shit? Judging her past and shit. Well, it's completely my future. Her nigga behind me right now asking for ass and shit. And I'ma need that $40 even if I gotta fuck, suck, and swallow. In the parking lot, Gonzalez Park, I'm followed by a married man and father of 3. My titties bounce on the cadence of his tingling keys. Matter of fact, he my favorite cause he tipped me with ease. He got a cousin named David and I seen him last week. This is the life of another girl damaged by the system. These foster homes, I run away and never do miss them. See my hormones just run away, and if I can get them back to where they used to be, then I'd probably be in the denim of a family gene that showed women how to be woman. Or better yet, a leader. You needed to learn something, then you probably need to beat her. That's how I was taught. 3 niggas in one room. First time I was tossed and I'm exhausted. But fuck that sorry for your lost shit. My sister died in vain, but what point are you trying to gain if you can't fit the pumps I walk in? I'll wait.
I mean,
your rebuttal a little too late, and if you have an album date, just make sure I'm not in the zone, cause I don't need the attention. Bring enough of that on my own. And matter of fact, did I mention that I physically feel great? A doctor's approval is a waste of time. I know I'm straight. I probably live longer than you and never fade away. I'll never fade away. I'll never fade away. I know my fate, and I'm on.
There's definitely like some aspirational talk about his like legacy and like what he wants to leave behind, and a quest for greatness in some sort, right? But like, I feel like Kendrick really has an ability to make me feel like just like unable to like articulate my feelings and my thoughts, which I don't mean to sound vain, but I do think I'm fairly articulate usually, and I'm fairly good at like articulating my thoughts and feelings about things. It's also something I've practiced a lot. But there's just so much going on and so many layers, and and I feel like I'm lacking like the vocabulary to like
Grind for this cake, I'ma get it or die trying. I'm eyeing every male gender with intentions of buying. You lying to these motherfuckers talking about,
which is very much a compliment, because I don't often feel like that. So you're talking about here you're talking a lot about the perfect.
When the lights shut off and it's my turn to settle down, my main concern, promise that you will sing about me, promise that you will sing about me. I said when the lights shut off and it's my turn to settle down, my main concern, promise that you will sing about me, promise that you will sing about me.
Sometimes I look in the mirror and ask myself, am I really scared of passing away? If it's today, I hope I hear a cry out from heaven so loud it can water down a demon with the Holy Ghost till it drown in the blood of Jesus. I wrote some raps that made sure that my lifeline reeking the scent of a reaper, ensuring that my allegiance with the other side may come soon. And if I'm doomed, may the wound of my mother be blessed for many moons. I suffer a lot, and every day that glass mirror get tougher to watch. I tied my stomach in knots, and I'm not sure why I'm infatuated with death.
I don't know if this is what he's referencing, but there's this concept in sociology, and I'm not a sociologist, but I have studied some social psychology and some sociology because, I mean, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I'm starting my master's in neuroscience and neuropsychology soon. Anyway, there's this concept in sociology called the looking glass mirror. I don't remember the name of the sociologist who presented this concept, but the looking glass mirror essentially it's a concept through which we can understand that like we gain our identities and our like understandings of ourselves through others. So for instance, as I just said previously, that I think I'm rather like articulate. I think I've practiced and honed my ability to articulate my thoughts, both in writing and in speech. It's something I've practiced a lot. However, the only reason that I really think that is because I have friends and peers and like supervisors who throughout the last few years have validated that idea, right? It's the same thing with like if you consider yourself funny, you're probably going to stop considering yourself funny if no one laughs, right? And I don't know if that's what he's talking about in the sense that like I suffer a lot, and every day the glass mirror, it gets tougher to watch. The glass mirror here being like everyone around him, like those acting as glass mirrors. I don't know if that's a concept he's tapping into. The only reason that I think it might be is because it seems odd to like specify glass mirror rather than just mirror otherwise. It could also just be like the window glass mirror, I guess, and like just watching yourself as you walk by things or seeing cars drive by. But it might also just be this concept of like the looking glass mirror. And I don't know. It's yeah.
Imagination is surely an aggravation of threats that can come about.
Very
Cause the tongue is mighty powerful, and I can name a list of your favorites that probably vouch. Maybe cause I'm a dreamer and sleep is the cousin of death. Really stuck in the scheme of wondering when I'm a rest. And you're right, your brother was a brother to me, and your sister's situation was the one that put me in a direction to speak on something that's realer than the TV screen. By any means wasn't trying to hold fin to come between her personal life. I was like, you need to be told, cursing the life of 20 generations at the hurt soul. Exactly what'd happen if I ain't continue rapping or steady being distracted by money, drugs, and 4-5s. I count lives all on these songs. Look at the weak and cry. Pray one day you be strong, fighting for your rights, even when you're wrong, and hope that at least one of you think about me when I'm gone. Am I worth it? Did I put enough work in?
It's just
promise that you will sing about me.
It's just I think the thing that Kendrick really does with this song that I think is so impressive, and it's not just this song, it's many of his songs, is that he's able to take concepts that most humans have experienced. However, he's obviously experienced them to a much more like severe degree. Peer pressure. It's something all of us have experienced. I've experienced a lot of peer pressure myself. However, peer pressure for me was getting peer pressures into like drinking and like smoking marijuana, for instance, when I was younger. Which I wasn't even that aggressively peer pressured into, but I definitely was. Or like peer pressured into being a certain type of man, stuff like that, right? That's my experience with peer pressure. His experience with peer pressure is fucking horrible, and like mine is pales in comparison. And yet he's able to connect these worlds. So someone like me who's sitting, well, what, like 15,000 kilometers away from America, never having experienced any of the things that he's talking about, and I'm like moved to borderline tears, if not straight up just to tears, by his music, because he's able to connect to such a real human emotion and experience. And it's just, and it's the same thing here, right? Like, it's obviously not the same situation, but how can you not relate to the whole promise that you will sing about me feeling of just wanting to connect and wanting to be remembered and wanting to be like looked at as someone who's actually improved the world ever so slightly, at least. It's a similar feeling I get from like Leave Out All the Rest by Linkin Park, if you know that song.
Promise that you will sing about me. I said when the lights shut off and it's my turn to settle down, my main concern. Promise that you will sing about me. Promise that you will sing about me.
Yeah. We're only 6 minutes in. A lot of stuff going on still. But I'm scared about the change. I can see someone's gonna come on the phone here. Wait, is this the last song? No way. I've been recording for almost like 2 hours total, so I guess we could be getting close.
Promise that you sing about me forever. Promise that you sing about me forever. Where you about to go? Nigga, the homie brother, nigga, right here.
Music starts fading.
Alright. We're on the block right now, my nigga. Like, we're right here, my nigga. Nigga, brother, nigga, they just killed the homie brother, my nigga. We right here on the block, my nigga. Alright, nigga, just come. Alright, just call me back. Call me back.
So
what we gonna do, my niggas? What we gonna do? Bruh, we can go back right now, my nigga. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck, my nigga. We can go back right now. Fuck, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of fucking running. I'm tired of this shit. My brother, homie.
Tired of running, tired.
Yeah, and then we were moving into like a functionally another like a different song. It almost feels like right here. Oh my god, man! It's just my heart aches.
My own kind, but retiring nothing.
Very
tires are steady screeching, the driver is rubbing. Hands on the wheel.
And I barely
who said we wasn't? Dying of thirst, dying of thirst, dying of thirst. Don't wanna.
But like we're going into this more, I think, sensitive, introspective section. Like we've just talked about, like, I mean, it's also already very sensitive and introspective, but we're dropped back into the fucking ocean of his brother dying or someone's brother dying, and the way we are like caressed into this is with this
hands on the wheel. Who said we wasn't? Dying of thirst, dying of thirst,
like that sound.
Dying of thirst. Dope on the corner. Look at the coroner. Daughter is dead. Mother is mourning. Straight bullets.
Sounds like
AK bullets. Resuscitation was waiting patiently, but they couldn't. Bring her back. Who got the footage? Channel 9. Cameras is looking. It's hard to channel your energy when you know it crooked. Banana clip, split his banana pudding. I'm like Trey. That's Cuba Gooding. I know I'm good at. Dying of thirst.
The voices are just so soothing, and like it feels like a sonic hug, you know? But it's soothing, and it feels the way that like your mom's house smells. Does that make sense? It feels the way that your mom's or grandmom's or wherever your safe space smells. Like, it just, that alone, that sound could be sold like a fucking...
That's Cuba Gooding. I know I'm good at. Dying of thirst. Dying of thirst. Dying of thirst. How many sins? I'm running out. How many sins? I lost count. Dreams are boarding like Spartan, but only shoddy bounce. The Reaper calling. I'm cotton mouth. Money is power. Yours is ours. Lay with a snitch. Die with a coward. Hope we get rich. Hope we get tower. Over
over the city with vanity, with the music louder. The same song, a black flower. I show you how to die your thirst, die your thirst, die your thirst. What are we doing? Who are we fooling? Hell is hot, fire is.
And just, I'm sorry.
Show you how to die.
It's called Sing About Me, I'm Dying of First. I'll show you how to dye your first, dye your first, dye your first, like hair dyeing, right? Like coloring. My interpretation of that is like, I'll show you how to take that like hunger, that thirst, that horrid life situation and turn it into motivation. Something along those lines.
Die your thirst, die your thirst. What are we doing? Who are we fooling? Hell is hot, fire is proven. To burn for eternity, return of the student that never learned how to live righteous, but how to shoot it. Tired of running, choirs is humming. Tell us to visit, we lie about coming. Now back to business. Loaded the guns and back at the building. The disputing, the beef is bubbling. It's no discussion. Hereditary. All of my cousins, dying of thirst, dying of thirst, dying of thirst. Too many sins, I'm running out. Somebody send me a well for the drought. See, all I know is taking notes on taking this life for granted. Granted, if you provoke my best days, I stress days. Forgive me for all my sins, for not my best days, I stress days. Say fuck the world, my sex slave. Money, pussy, and greed. What's my next crave? Whatever it is, know it's my next grave. Tired of running, tired of running, tired of tumbling, tired of running, tired of tumbling. Back was my mama say.
I say that I have a hard time articulating how I feel about this album, and I think it's because he's doing it much better than I ever could. Like, tired of running, tired of running, tired of tumbling, tired of running, tired of tumbling. Like, that is what this entire album has felt like. It's felt like a man who's, you know, just tired of having the world be very obviously against him. And I just... And what do you even say to that? Of course he is. Anything else wouldn't make sense. And he should be.
See a pastor give me a promise. What if today was the rapture and you completely tarnished? The truth will set you free, so to me be completely honest. You dying of thirst, you dying of thirst. So hop in that water and pray that it works.
We're going into this phone call again.
Fuck, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of
Young
fucking running.
man,
I'm tired
come
of this
talk
shit.
to me.
My brother, homie.
Is that what I think that is? I know that's not what I think that is. Why are you so angry? See, you young men are dying of thirst. Do you know what that means?
The pastor?
That means you need water, holy water.
Like
you
pastor.
need to be baptized with the Spirit of the Lord. Do you
This
want
is what
to
I mean,
receive
like,
God as your personal Savior?
He spent this entire album talking about all the fucking troubles and all the horrible, horrible experiences he's had to endure. And then here we get, and I'm interpreting here, but I'm assuming this is like meant to like illustrate how we as a society tend to like just talk about this shit and deal with these types of things, right? Because instead of saying, oh, your environment is so horrid that everyone you know seemingly has been like fucking thrusted into this like life of violence and crime and like, again, dangers a kid should never know. Well, instead of addressing the environment, let's just make you go to church. And I'm not saying there can't be anything good about going to church. Of course there can. Lots of people are religious and get lots of good things out of it. But it just, it feels like an answer to a different question, you know?
Lord God, I come to you a sinner.
Lord God, I come to you a sinner.
And I know how
And
fucking
I humbly
like
repent for my sin.
frustrating I can find it when people like talk over me in that sense. But again,
I
believe that Jesus is Lord.
that's just with
I believe
my
you raised
like
him from the dead.
usually not very big struggles or frustrations. Imagine being having this be your life and people just talking over you and telling you that you just need to fucking raise yourself up from your bootstraps, or like, I don't know, fucking
to take control of my life.
I received Jesus to take control of my life.
Go to church.
And that I might live for him.
I feel like I'm getting preachy. I'm sorry about that. It's just.
Live for him and this day forward.
Thank you, Lord
this
Jesus,
stuff fucking
for
upsets
saving me with your precious blood.
So much.
Thank you, Lord Jesus, for saving me with your precious blood.
In Jesus' name, amen.
In Jesus' name.
That did not feel like a 12-minute song. Therefore,
right,
it
now,
passes the 12-minute song vibe check.
The start of a new life. Your real
A,
life.
I guess. Real. All right. 7 minutes. Shee. I'm just really gonna check them up. Oh my God, there's still a decent amount of songs left. Let's go.
Look in the mirror and know I'm there. With my hands in the air. I'm proud to say it. I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real. I'm real. I'm real.
That feels like almost flashy. But like
I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real. I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real.
I promise that I know you very well. Your eyes never lie, even if they tell. Sweet lullabies that come with the smell of a dozen roses flipping down a green hill. You living in a world that come with plan B, cause plan A never relay a guarantee, and plan C never could say just what it was. And you
what we've got here so far is we've got this like again, almost flaccid sounding like drum beat, which is fine. It's intentional.
Even if they
That's
tell
like
sweet lullabies that come with the smell of a dozen roses flipping down a green hill. You living in a world that come with plan B, cause plan A never relay a guarantee, and plan C never could say just what it was. And your plans only can pan around love. You love him, you love them, you love her. You love so much, you love what love hurts. You love red bottom and gold that say queen. You love handbag on the waist of your jean. You love French tip and trip that pay for. You love bank slip that tell you he paid more. You love a good hand whenever the card dealt, but what love got to do with it when you don't love yourself?
I do what I want to. I say what I want to say when I feel and I look in the mirror and know I'm there with my hands in the air. I'm proud to say it. I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real. I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real.
Focusing on loving yourself. What? That was cool. Hello?
I'm proud to say it. I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real. I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real. I'm real. I'm real.
I think it's like this voice just goes, yeah. And then like this almost sounds like an alarm.
I promise that I know you very well. Your eyes never lie, even if they fail. Out the sky and your optics turn stale. With a mode that's green, I can see you fit the bill of living in a world that come with plan B. Cause plan A only can make another mistake, and you can't see success coming from plan C. When it all breaks, you'll still say you're lovely and love them and love when you love her. You love so much, you love when love hurts. You love fast cars and their presidents old. You love fast women, you love keeping control of everything that you love. You love beef, you love streets, you love running, ducking police. You love your hood, might even love it to death. But what love got to do with it when you don't love yourself?
I do what I want to. I say what I want to say when I feel and I look in the mirror and know I'm there with my hands in the air. I'm proud to say it. I'm real.
I mean, I don't really feel like I've got a lot to add to this so far, because it's not bad, but this is, it doesn't feel anywhere near as interesting as some of the other songs. I'll say that.
The reason why I know you very well, cause we have the same.
So okay, so like so far with this song, it doesn't interest me as much as the other ones, but I feel like we might be going into something more interesting here, because the first verse I think he was talking about like some women in this environment and criticizing some of their behavior,
instead like in lieu of like introspection. And he did the same thing with some men, and now he's going into the reason why I know you very well, because we have the same eyes, can't you tell? Like, essentially
My eyes can't you tell the days I tried to cover up and conceal my pride. It only made it harder for me to deal with living in a world that come with plan B, a scapegoat, cause plan A don't come free, and plan C just an excuse like because, or the word but what if I got love? I love them, I love when I love her, I love so much, I love when love hurts. I love first verse cause you're the girl I attract, I love second verse cause you're the homie that pack, burning like a stovetop, that love cooking from scratch. I love what the both of you have to offer. In fact, I love it so much I don't love anything else. But what love got to do with it when I don't love myself to the point I should hate everything I do love? Should I hate living my life inside the club? Should I hate her for watching me for that reason? Should I hate him for telling me that I'm seasoned? Should I hate them for telling me ball out? Should I hate street credibility? I'm talking about hating on money, power, respect, in my will, or hating the fact none of that shit make me real.
Gang, ain't tripping up from down.
Is this like love letter? Oh, it almost feels like a weird, like conflicted love letter.
Sorry to hear
Which is
what
kinda
happened to your homeboy, but don't learn the
I mean,
hard
it's definitely
way
not
like
bad.
I
I don't want to get that
Any
across.
nigga can kill a man. That don't make you a real nigga. Real is responsibility. Real is taking care of your motherfucking family. Real is God, nigga.
Like genuinely being real in this sense.
Alright, that's all I want to tell you. Just make sure you call us back when you get this message. Here go your mama.
Boy, you better have my car on full all this time. You don't have my damn car. But look, I ain't tripping. Look, the neighbor said they saying you and your little friends over there about food for less. They're preaching to you. I was telling you about the good book, but right about now, that's what y'all need. Oh, and Top Dog called the house too. I guess he wants you and Dave to come to the studio. So look, if you take them music business serious, yeah, put out something for me and your dad to step to. But shit, you know we from Chicago. You know that's what we do.
This is... I guess the way I would describe this song is pretty. I guess that's kind of how I feel. It's like pretty, it's nice. There's definitely a lot of introspection going on in it. The lyrics are good. And it's absolutely not a bad song. But so far it doesn't feel as good as some of the other ones. But also know that I'm grading on a curve, because so far this album has been fucking sublime. So like, so far this might be like a B+, but if this was like
If I don't hear from you,
another artist, it might be an S.
I hope you come back and learn from your mistakes. And come back a man.
Okay, so he's from
Tell your
Compton.
story to these black and brown kids in Compton. Let them know you was just like them, but you still rose from that dark place of violence, becoming a positive person. But when you do make it, give back with your words of encouragement. And that's the best way to give back to your city. And I love you, Kendrick. If I don't hear you knocking on the door, you know I usually leave the key. All right? Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, sweet. Love. I guess the like key word here is love. So like, I can't give that a B, man. It's like an A- because it's not as exciting as the other ones, but still very good song. Had it been another artist, it would probably been an S. Compton. Oh, Dr. Dre's on this. How did you get Dr. Dre in the first album?
Now everybody serenade the new faith of Kendrick Lamar. This is King Kendrick Lamar, King Kendrick, and I meant it, my point intended is raw. Fix your lenses, forensics would've told you Kendrick had killed it. Pretend it's a massacre, and the masses upon us. And I mastered being the master at dodging your honor. In the chapter that read at 25, I will live dormant like 5 in the morning. Then raise the spot while Kendrick's performing. And if they take everything, no, I got Compton, ain't
Still I'm at it, peel the plastic off it, you can feel the magic. Still I'm laughing at the critics talking, I can see them gagging when I'm back in the back of my city. Back in the back with a batch of them banging Dre beats with me. Look where I'm at, it's the murder cap and I'm captain at birth in this gangster rap. It's a rap when I'm done and I come a long way from $100 a month to 100 mil in a day. Bitch, I'm from Compton, ain't no city quite like mine.
So come and visit the tire screeching ambulance policeman.
We got like, so I'm assuming like, I mean it's called Compton. I'm assuming the chorus is Compton, Compton, ain't no city quite like mine.
Like mine.
So come and visit the tire screeching ambulance policeman. Won't you spend a weekend on Rosecrans, nigga? Khaki creasing, crime increasing on Rosecrans, nigga. Kendrick Lamar, nigga. We don't swore that. Hand on the cross and swore that. I do it biggest Resputia for them shooters. Karma Sutra scream, fuck your position and make you own that.
More like,
I'm trying to stay grounded like 4 flats, but I know flats and Paru cryptats.
Swarm on me like a beehive, hop in the G-Ride from the west to the east. I know just how Compton rolls.
Whoa, that was a weird.
Ride from the west to the east, I know just how Compton
That was a weird rhythm.
And that's a given. I pass the blunt and pass the torch, of course it's my decision. I crash the porch, then you report that you see me in Benzes. I must report that we import the narcotics you bought it. Been talked about it when crack hit the speakers, the music business. I blow up every time we throw up a record, depending on what you expected. I'm sure it's bigger than your religion, perfected by niggas that manifested music to live in. Compton, ain't no city quite like mine. So tell that gangster throw his set high. Roll it up in the blunt, I'ma take you on that next high. I did exactly what I wanted, that's what made the checks fly. In my direction, you never questioned when I said I would be a mogul before I visit Tupac and Left Eye. Easy and Aaliyah, when I see you, we gon' test drive. A Lambo in heaven, but for now I'm on a red eye. Flying back to my city, cause I'll forever stand by. Compton, ain't no city quite like mine. Now we can all celebrate, we can all harvest the rap artists of NWA. America target our rap market as controversy and hate. Harsh realities we in, made our music translate to the coke dealers, the hood rich and the broke niggas that play with them gorillas that know killers that know where you stay. Roll that kush, crack that.
Something, and I'm sorry I haven't pointed this previously because I guess I'm focusing more on the vibes of these songs because it's the instrumentally not as much is happening as in some of the previous ones. But
we can all harvest the rap artists of NWA. America target our rap market as controversy and hate. Harsh realities we in, made our music translate to the coke dealers, the hood rich and the broke niggas that play with them gorillas that know killers that know where you stay. Roll that kush, crack that case, 10 bottles of rosé. This was brought to you by Dre. Now every motherfucker in here say, look who's responsible for taking Compton international. I make him holler.
Oh, that was good.
Say, look who's responsible for taking Compton international. I make him holler.
That was cool, man. This is a cool song.
Hey, yo, Just Blaze, good looking on me. Just Blaze.
It's also fun to get like the other side of the coin because I'm assuming Mad City is about Compton, but also just about America and fucking everything that's fucked up that we've talked about, right? But this also feels like the other, like more crazy. Cool. We've got several layers to this thing. Both of the voice. Then low. That was good. Compton's good. Not as great as the other ones, but definitely good.
Be back 15 minutes.
A? Alright. Bitch, don't... Wait! Haven't we have already heard... Oh, there's a remix? Haven't we already heard Bitch, Don't Kill My Vibe? That's like the first song, isn't it? That's the second song. Wait, there's two different There's 3 different versions of this song! What?
I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Things I don't understand. Sometimes I need to be alone.
Okay, real quick, before we go into this, we will listen to the song, don't worry about it. But I think this one and this one, they must be the same song. Like straight up. Wait, no, there's difference in length. But they've got the exact same amount of like plays. I mean, Spotify is in Danish, but afspilninger means plays. It's got 730,576,418 plays on both of them. So they must be the same, surely. What? We'll listen to this one for a bit. I mean, this one's featuring JC.
I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin.
Did we just finish the album at Compton?
Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Things I don't understand. Sometimes I need to be alone. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my drink, I got my music, I would share it, but today I'm yelling, bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
We've already done this. Like this, we've covered this song. It's the beginning of the album.
Look inside of my soul and you can find gold and maybe get rich. Hold up, Trinidad James in 4 weeks, but now my album platinum and shit. So what? Y'all keep the numbers. I'm more than another statistic, my nigga. This courtesy of Compton.
And I think the next one might be the exact same song.
Love me on the east like I'm Chuck
We'll
D.
listen to this
The
first.
niggas wish that I was born there. I'm looking to be the god MC. You look at my hat and see thorns there. I look at the game and see porn there. I'm fucking this industry hard. I'm back at this money, teabagging your honey. You thought I was fresh off the yard. Don't brag to me, dummy, you're lightweight. They tell me you're nice and I'm lightweight. Go give me a knife, you're looking like steak. And when the stakes are high, I stake out for days. And when the water inside your body full shape, but we ain't thirsty, nigga. Never alert me, nigga. I got a B89 in a suitcase. I know you heard me, nigga. This is a burpee, nigga. Lyrical exercise. Right now, homie, I'm in the extra vibe. Pipe down on the
I
curve
don't
when you
remember
heard.
if in the last time we heard this song we had this like
Case, I know you heard me, nigga.
that
This
melody?
is a burpee, nigga. Lyrical exercise. Right now, homie, I'm in the extra vibe.
I don't know
Pipe
if we had
down
that
on the
last
curve
time.
when you heard that I got these words to the upper echelon. That's excellent.
I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord,
Good song.
forgive me.
Very good hook as well.
Lord, forgive me.
And I love the way he plays with his voice.
Understand. Sometimes I need to be alone. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
This is just
I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my drink,
I don't know
I
what
got
to say.
my
'Cause
music, I would
so
share
far
it,
this
but
feels
today
fairly
I'm
similar.
yelling,
I
bitch,
can
don't
tell
kill
some
my
differences in the lyrics.
Bitch,
I
don't
don't
kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
was here
Bitch, don't kill my
previously.
vibe.
Up in the clouds,
And this
thinking my
part
spouse.
this is JC.
Rumors on the ground getting too loud, please turn them shits down. Can't hear myself think. Turbulent shit, almost spilled my drink in the wireless with a mink. Running through that bitch like it's my house, all up in the hall like a mall. Told you motherfuckers all I do is ball. No, I don't remember you, I don't intend to. Empty my memory bank, it's $1 million in it, baby Hillary Swank. Sitting next to Hillary, smelling like dank. Presidential pardon, name one nigga out there harder than him. I wait. I've been in my wave like 20 years straight. I've been on my vibe like 20 years straight. Don't fuck up my high. Fuck up my high. Nights like this, I can fuck up a pie and still be straight. Still be straight. Fall back, bitch, I got a lot on my plate. Don't waste my breath. I don't know how many moves a nigga got left. Back to this joint. Smoking this shit like I'm trying to prove a point. I'm the highest title, numero uno. Kill my vibe, that's your motherfucking funeral.
Between you and me, turn eulogy to urinals, niggas pissed off.
We've
I'm
already
in this
heard
edition,
this.
invasion my foot. Need a hood, a
like
new
different
school.
iteration.
On my toes like a ballerina, who knew I'd be Black Swan? World in my palms, ironically, I am the Globetrotter's best, cause I didn't drop the ball. Told niggas when I was 16 that I had a 16 to put a nigga right on the big screen. In a paddy wagon with 16, should've been in the pen, but now my pen rang with morphine. I kill niggas, touchdown with morphines, I kill niggas. Audio crack, cat keys to meal ticket. Cardio lap was running for dead life, but now I'm running the map, bitch, I'm here, nigga. Picture little whole me
I
giving a
guess
fuck.
there's some like differences between also like just the tone of like the lyrics, right? Because like here it seems like he's talking about like having arrived like at the end.
What the fuck nigga gotta say? Nigga, you
album.
never be Jay, never be Nas, never be Snoop nor Dre. You ain't get killed in Vegas or in a suburban. Nigga, Puff Daddy wasn't your favorite. So many washed up with detergent, but I don't dry tears. I just aim at 'em on purpose like blah. Mini 14 like blah. Empty yet another magazine like blah. Let a young nigga get blah. I kill 'em all when they tryna kill my blah. I am the bad, the good, got the last, the hood got the last. That would try to pass a good job. And Sean's a back beetle, then I need a 10-second drum solo. Bitch, see at Woodstock.
I mean, that feels like a very good ending. Bitch, see ya at Woodstock. Like again, there's a very high level of confidence in this. And it's very much earned, because this album is, without question, the greatest album, at least when it comes to rap, I have ever heard. I didn't think I'd find anything, to be completely honest, that would top some of Kanye's stuff, because I really enjoyed it. It was a thoroughly enjoyable experience. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna listen to this song a third time. If y'all really want me to cover it, I will do a follow-up video. Can we agree on that? Shake on that? Great. This album is, without question, the greatest album I have covered and the greatest album I've ever heard in hip-hop. Holy fucking shit. This was phenomenal. This, like, Kendrick blew the door. I can definitely see why and how Kendrick has, like, blown the doors open for his own career in this. You can also just see how insanely popular these songs are. This was a true joy to listen to, and therefore, I am happy to bequeath unto Good Kid, M.a.a.d City the first S for an entire album I have ever given. I've been thinking about what would qualify for like a 10 out of 10 album for me. Because on one hand, I think there's an argument to be made that every song needs to be a 10 out of 10. But I don't think that works for albums, because individual songs can be like an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10, or even a like 6, 7 out of 10, like a B or something, right? But if the album and the album listening experience delivers as a whole, which this absolutely does, it's an S. And that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this video, well, leave a like, leave a comment. Also, hey, it'd be fun to let me know if you actually made it to the finish line, because this was another like 2.5 hour undertaking. Give me some more suggestions for more stuff to listen to, please. And yeah, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and I guess there's nothing left to say except that I hope that you have a very, very nice day. Bye-bye.